Hello and welcome back to Film Exaggeration and our first episode of the worst of the worst month.
Oh, you paralyze my mind, and for that you suck.
So back in November 2014, I reviewed 4 films considered the worst ever made, because the dark side of my personality told me to. Now we're doing it again, this time because my future self told me to. I seem to live a very weird life. Well, there are 5 movies to cover this month, all from a different decade ranging from the 70s to the 2010s. And first up is Myra Breckinridge. Released in 1970 and based on the 1968 book, Myra Breckinridge was directed by singer and actor Michael Sarn, who before this mostly had only directed one other film. He also co-wrote the screenplay with David Giler, who would later go on to write films Fun with Dick and Jane, The Money Pit, and Alien 3. Production was a disaster, mostly due to Sarn being a pretentious dick, and ended up receiving an X rating, leading it to bombing at the box office, and being panned by critics. So let's get going. I have 5 movies to get through. This is Myra Breckinridge. So we start with a note written in worse handwriting than mine about some events that need to be told by a woman named Myra Breckinridge. We then cut to...
You can beg and torture me, I wouldn't tell you where to go.
Okay, I give credit, I did not expect the first shot of the movie to confuse me that much. Okay, so this is Myron Breckinridge, played by Rex Reed, who is in Copenhagen to get a sex change. Oh great, a 1970 movie trying to tackle transgender issues. This is gonna be great.
How about circumcision?
I didn't fly all the way to Denmark to do something I could have done in the States. Oh yeah, I totally want my sex change done by a doctor who smokes during the surgery. The 70s, everyone. Anyway, we then cut to America at the Hollywood Walk of Fame, set to a Shirley Temple song. And here we see the newly transformed Myra Breckinridge, played by Raquel Welch. Then the movie blows up.
I am Myra Breckinridge, whom no man will ever possess.
Shut up, lady.
Just as Eve was born from Adam's rib, so Myron died to give birth to Myra.
Not how that works. What are you, Amelia Perez?
Let it suffice for me to say that Myron is with me, and that I am the fulfillment of all his dreams.
Why does this sound like a porno?
And don't you ever forget it, you motherfuckers. As the children say nowadays.
It seems to be coming this way. Oh.
What was that? Why was that in the film?
My purpose in coming to Hollywood is the destruction of the American male in all its particulars.
Lady, please stop talking. We're not even 10 minutes in and I want our main character to shut up. She goes to meet her Uncle Buck Loner, played by John Huston, who's the head of an acting school.
A tree! You must learn to experience the truth of a tree.
Clearly, this is a very prestigious academy. She goes to interview for a gig with Uncle Buck, who spends the whole time dressed as a cowboy on a horse. I don't know why. Of course, Uncle Buck doesn't know that's her nephew, niece.
What's your name, honey?
Myra Breckinridge.
That's mighty long for...
What?
Breckinridge?
What is with the random cuts to explosions? No, seriously, it will just cut to random shots of movies that seem like they're there to fill in shots they didn't shoot. So she tells him she's actually the widow of his nephew and wants to inherit his half of the school, totaling $500,000.
So I suppose that half this place must be mine.
Movie, you don't need to show me split-second shots of the school. I could have got it.
Perhaps my lawyers will speak a tongue you'll comprehend.
Myra, what a spit-licking, horny-toed-eyed beetle let you walk out of here without making some contribution like to the family pork and beans.
What are you saying? Okay, so he offers her a teaching job, which she accepts on a $1,000 a month salary, which in today's money is about $8,300 a month. Fucking nepotism.
Lots of openings for your style of humor.
See those shoulders broad and glorious.
Does this have anything to do with the plot? Okay, skip it.
Saw straight through the strenuous clowning to the hard fact that American women are eager for men to rape them.
What? Did I miss something? I think that shatter sound effect was delayed there. Myra is shown around by a student named Irving, played by Calvin Lockhart, and you may be thinking, wait, isn't that Myron? Yeah, for some reason it keeps cutting back between the character of Myron and the character of Myra. I don't know why. We then see a class, then we cut to this guy with an arrow through his chest and dying. Back to Myron.
We feel that it's our responsibility to...
But you're a fag, aren't you?
No, but you're smoking one. So Uncle Buck tries finding out if Myra has any right to his property, as a masseuse starts getting way too handsy. Myron turns back into Myra as they enter their first class.
I can't stand him. He's always hitting on me in rehearsals and grabbing and groping me.
I want you to build the vibe between you by closing your eyes and touching each other.
I can't stand to have this creep touch me.
Is the movie broken? Did my future self send me a broken disc? The direction in this is awful. Why are we this close to her mouth? There's no reason we need to be this close to her mouth. Oh, the narration's back.
I was particularly struck by one of the students, a boy with a Polish name. From a certain unevenly rounded thickness at the crotch of his blue jeans, it is safe to assume that he is marvelously hung.
Is this all happening because she wanted some dick? Unfortunately, he has his eyes on someone else.
She is mentally retarded.
I have no idea what's happening anymore. Uncle Buck arrives in his giant hat and begins harassing this woman. Myra says some things that Buck doesn't like, and they walk off in this shot that is mostly just theirs and their horses' asses.
Got a couple of sessions in the old exercise program to straighten her out pretty good.
Old Buck loaned her special to shape her up real good. God knows she wants it.
Well...
This movie might have the worst editing I have ever seen. We then cut to a casting call for leading men headed by a woman named Letitia Van Allen, played by Mae West in her first movie since the 40s, and also her penultimate film.
You know what I do to Squeeze? I let him have it in the belly.
Well, I don't care about your credits as long as you're oversexed.
But as you can tell, she isn't really interested in any of the men's acting ability. Well, I'll give credit, at least the older powerful men and women are shown to be creeps, so I guess it's even. By the way, we get this whole joke from some other war movie that's actually pretty funny, probably funnier than anything in the actual film.
Hi, cowboy. How tall are you without your horse?
Well, ma'am, I'm 6 feet 7 inches.
Well, never mind about the 6 feet. Let's talk about the 7 inches.
Get it? Myra befriends a woman named Mary Ann, played by Farrah Fawcett, who turns out doesn't actually even want to be an actress, and just wants to be with her boyfriend, Rusty, who she hopes to marry.
As a woman, no doubt.
Well, yes. I mean, it's only natural.
Natural?
Okay, seriously, why are there so many other clips of movies in this movie? What is happening? I can't find a reason, but given that a lot of these clips were used without permission, it led to a lot of lawsuits, and even the US government getting involved.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good acting there, Raquel. Don't worry, I think she'd agree with me. She begins talking to herself, and we learn a little bit more.
My goal is the destruction of the last vestigial traces of traditional manhood.
In order to...
realign the sexes.
While...
decreasing population.
Thus...
increasing human happiness.
And...
preparing humanity for its next stage.
Problem.
Oh, so she's not just a pretentious, sexist little bitch. She also has a god complex. She even starts fucking herself. Man, this movie is giving TERFs a lot of ammo.
We have here a fine selection of all your favorite treats. F is for French fry. P is for pizza.
Does he want to fuck the food? Guys, there's still an hour left of this movie. Uncle Buck tries to stop Myra from being a pretentious shitbag, and after calling Myron a cigarette...
Who was ever really even married to that fag?
Wow, that was pathetic. Back with Letitia, she is approached by an Italian man.
Did he say look me up or eat me up? You got it all measured out.
When Mario makes love...
and everything is swings. You're the wildest salesman since Columbus.
Columbus. He was a good lover, too.
Yeah, I know. He raised the hell with Isabella.
I get it. They want to bang. Uncle Buck says he has found no proof of record that Myra and Myron were married, but Myra gives proof that they were married in Mexico. I think there would still have to be proof in US documents you were married, but okay. She then invites Rusty, Mary Ann's boyfriend, to her place, saying she wants to help him reach his full potential. Turns out he broke a few ribs that cause him to tilt a little bit. So Myra asks him to take off his shirt so she can see and maybe help him a bit.
I'd say around the lumbar region.
Aha! Gotcha!
Is that the Chattanooga choo-choo? Yeah.
Where is this going? Well, after a long scene at, an orgy and a song sequence from another movie, Myra meets Letitia. Although you'll notice that they never actually appear in the same frame, they're always framed in a way where you can't see the face of the opposite actress. Probably because Raquel Welch and Mae West didn't get along. Myra tells her about Rusty, who is on parole, something about communism. It just keeps going. I've lost control of the plot. I think they're trying to say something about homophobia. Yeah, I don't think this movie has any right saying anything about that stuff.
Miss Letitia Van Allen and the Van Allen Dancers.
You gotta taste all the fruit. You gotta drink all the wine.
How much longer? Oh, great. Okay, so Myra invites Buck once again to her place so she can measure him for his back brace. And well, things are getting a little creepy, especially when she asks for a urine sample.
But
Well, I guess there's no use delaying it. Content warning, this is where Rusty gets raped. She ties him to a table, puts on a strap-on, and starts anally raping him, all while clips of other movies play to emphasize the joke. Well, this movie just went from bad to evil. This scene is legit hard to watch, which makes the clips used feel so much more tasteless. Anything this movie is trying to say about homophobia and sexism is now completely lost. Fuck this.
Well, aren't you going to thank me for all the trouble I've taken?
Thank you, ma'am.
You know what, Ollie?
What?
I feel like a mouse.
Fuck you, movie.
Why are you so fascinated by the girl?
But having raped Rusty's manhood, I must now complete the cycle and seduce his girl.
Who's the hero of this story? Wasn't she writing this? Isn't this supposed to be her side? Mary Ann comes to her room crying as Rusty has broken up with her, though he didn't explain why. And as she tries to seduce Mary Ann, she gets a call from Van Allen.
Is it the right color?
Well, I guess so. It's the usual color. Didn't you ever make it with him?
Not in the classic way, no.
Get it? Uncle Buck calls in Myra and asks for more proof that she was married to Myron, so she brings in a dentist who she says was a witness at their wedding. But it turns out there's no certification of death for Myron. Probably should have looked that up first. So she finally decides to tell them the truth.
Gentlemen, I am Myra Breckinridge.
Uncle Buck, your fag nephew, became your niece 2 years ago in Copenhagen.
And I thought I fell in love with a man.
That's the ball game.
So, you didn't have your testicles removed? I mean, it's your body, you can do what you want, but you went through with everything else.
Stanley, what time is it?
It's about 1:30.
Something went wrong.
I kind of want to watch this movie. Can someone let me know what it is so I can watch it? Also, is she gonna get any comeuppance for, everything? Well, I guess Mary Ann turns her down, and then this happens. Good. Did she die? What? 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 It was all a fucking dream. Just a lustful dream about his nurse, and he wants to be Raquel Welch. Of all the fucking cop-outs. Spoilers, the book didn't end that way. Apparently in the book it ends with her getting injured and having her breasts removed. Nancy transitions back to Myron and marries Marianne. I don't know if that ending would be that much better, but at least it would be more original. This movie is holy shit bad. Not only is half the movie made up of clips of other movies, the actual movie is badly edited, with mostly bad acting and morals and character motivations that don't seem to make any sense. All that would make this a bad movie, but it's also transphobic, sexist, and makes light of sexual assault. This was just awful in pretty much every way. I can't even say it's so bad it's good. It starts out that way, but that wears off by the halfway mark and then just gets, well, uncomfortable. Avoid this one. Well, next one is from the 80s, so hopefully this one will be a little more fun.
And you'll find silver-lined clouds in the sky. You've got to S-M-I-L.